also got hung, which was a few months ago. Actually, I can't find. Wait, I can't find the thing actually right about now. No, not this one. He has an OnlyFans girlfriend that smoked him, stabbed him to death. Sucker ass nigga. And he from West Africa too, so he's still a Jake, but yeah, Christian whatever, Umbelselli. Toby. Fucking funny. His name is Toby. Edomite female is sentenced to life for killing an Israelite man from West Africa. He was stabbed by his girlfriend. That's not what I'm looking for. But anyway, I don't know how to word it, but I saw it. I saw it. So I was thinking to myself like, hey, your mama didn't teach you nothing, huh? Where's your father? Probably he didn't teach you neither, but no, she wouldn't be hanging around those type of devils. As if they're your friends. So because we broke the law of the Lord, Leviticus chapter 26 verse 16, I also will do this unto you. I will even appoint over you terror, consumption. You're going to be consumed. Everywhere we go, we're consumed. And burning egg. And the burning egg that shall consume the eyes and cause sorrow of the heart. Of heart, is mind. And ye shall sow your seed in vain, for your enemies shall eat it. That's why we don't have anything. Everything that we create or, do, they own. For example, look at the music industry. None of these jigs own their own stuff, and if they do, they get killed. Michael Jackson, Otis Redding. If I'm correct, it was Otis Redding. I don't want to look up his name. He also, and another person, I don't know if it's Otis Redding, but he made a song. Yeah, I forgot his name. I forgot the song. Damn, I have it in my head. Something like that. I have it in my head, but I can't figure out the words. It doesn't come in my head. I can't get it. I can't figure it out. He whistled on a song because he was dead. Maybe Otis Redding. Let me see. Yeah, it was him. I think that was him. Whistle song. Wait. Sitting on the. That's the song. The reason why he was whistling while somebody was whistling is because he was dead by the time that he made this song. By the time that the song came out, sorry. So yeah, the last verse was only whistling. And I'm not even sure who did that. I think somebody else did that. I'm not sure. I didn't look too deep into it, but I saw a documentary, and then they said that because he was dead, that's why the song was whistled. Continued with whistling. And the reason for that is because that's also why it's so short. The reason for that is because he was trying to get his own. No, he died in a so-called plane crash, which I believe that If you watch the documentary that I uploaded, it's called Economic Hitman. He explains to you that if you don't want to do what they say, they will make you die in a car crash or a plane crash. It's the best. What are you gonna do about it? They just do stuff. Okay, so These Edomites, they kill you, they murder you, boy. And, and I think he wanted the rights to his own stuff, and or it was somebody else. What's that song? Coming around the mountain. Yeah. Mm. You know what? I don't know who it is, but like I said, I have so many. I don't know a lot of their names. I just listen to their music. I couldn't even figure out this guy's name and the song, even though I actually like the song. But yeah, but the point is that they are feeding off of us. They are milking us. They are milking us to death. They're taking all of our inventions. They're taking everything that we ever had because we broke the law of the Lord. But don't think that they're going to get away unpunished, because they're not going to get away unpunished. Do you think you're going to get away unpunished? Surely you will not. That's what the Lord said. So yeah, Judges chapter 3 verse 1. Now these are the nations which Yahweh left to prove Israel by them, even as many of Israel as had not known all the wars of Canaan. Right. That guy didn't know the hatred that they have, or else he wouldn't be hanging around these devils. This girl didn't know. She laughed. She even chuckled. She said,
13. They're gone. They still, on Wednesdays, everything was closed until 2 p.m. in honor of the slave trade. During that time, everything would be closed so that people could go to the auction blocks.
What?
Yeah. And so they still honored that.
Did she see that laugh? That laugh wasn't a laugh of joy. That was a laugh like, I can't believe this shit. That type of laugh it was. Here. As had not known, even as many of Israel as had not known all the wars of Canaan. Wait. Right. The Israelites, they don't know the wars that our people had with these Edomites, and in this case it was the Canaanites. So they started to get friendly with them after a few generations, because they never heard the stories. They never digged it up for themselves. They never asked themselves, why am I here in America? Why don't we have our own things? Why don't we have our own clothing, our own water, our own this, our own that? Why don't we own anything? Huh? Why? Isaiah chapter 1 verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, the donkey. Two stubborn animals. But Israelites are stubborn. Read the book of Ezekiel chapter 2 and Ezekiel chapter 3. You will see how stubborn our people are. But Israel doth not know. My people doth not consider. What does consider mean? Consider. Think carefully about something, typically before making a decision. So look attentively at, contemplate, right? Regard, survey, view, think, inspect, like inspect a gadget, inspect, scan, examine. Our people don't do that. They just live their lives and just want to go to work, and I need money to pay my bills. I stand on 10 toes. What? Ain't you supposed to have your own land, water, and everything that comes with it? You're supposed to be an owner, not a consumer or a buyer of stuff. You're supposed to own stuff. I'm going to give you an example of what they did, because a lot of people think that Black Wall Street is the only one that did that to us. Here. Now check this out very carefully, okay? I'll put this link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. I have not watched everything, but I was just interested in this guy because he's crazy. His name is Honeycomb Brazy. He doesn't say the C because I think he's a blood. So he says brazy instead of crazy. Anyway, it's his story, but I was not really interested in that. Well, I was interested in him until I saw this. And then I was like, whoa, I'm interested in this one. Check this out. This guy, this Edomite, he did a great story about this guy because I'll take this and print it in my head, Yahweh Ratazah, and I'm going to get angry, but it's all good, Yahweh Ratazah.
And for that reason, we start off with some much needed and very important.
For that reason, we start off with some much needed and very important history. Now check this out. Wait. Right, I had to make the thing a little bit bigger because I always leave it on the smallest, but yeah.
History. For those who are unfamiliar, the Atlantic slave trade was made illegal in 1808 by the United States government. This meant that slaves could no longer be imported to the country, a very monumental moment in history. But despite this great progress, many slave owners in Alabama decided to completely disregard the law. So for 52 years, illegal slave ships were still arriving to the port of Mobile. Thankfully, though, in 1860, the United States government finally decided to crack down. They successfully captured...
Thankfully, shut the hell up. What it was the North Edomites... sorry. Yeah. The North Edomites got angry on the South Edomites because the South Edomites was actually making money with that slavery thing, and they didn't want them to get rich because these Edomites have also intertribal wars with each other. That's why the KKK hate the fake Jews, for example, because they don't share the money. That's why the KKK, for example, say these Jews are greedy, because they want that money.
Captured the very last slave ship to ever approach U.S. soil. And after seizing it, they took the 110 captives and dropped them off in North Mobile. They were essentially given a plot of land called Africatown.
So they was given a plot of land called Africatown. It's very important. Check this out.
They were told to figure it out. This is what
it was like, and this guy says, thankfully the North swept in and took them out of the hands of the evil Southerner Edomites. Shut up. They left them there to figure it out. Okay, so going on, you can read this for yourself if you want to.
Makes it so unique and interesting. Over the next 100 years, they basically created their own community and even spoke their own language at home. And with very little outside interaction, they built their own homes, schools, restaurants, and many businesses. Yes, it was a very poor community, but the important part is that they owned and built everything they had. And if you know anything about economics, you know that ownership is the only way to a successful community. I say that to say that the potential was there, but sadly it wouldn't be there for long. In the 1950s, the United States government introduced a controversial plan called urban renewal. Essentially, they designated certain areas as decaying and used this to seize all of the property.
Did you get that? They said, well, your neighborhood is decaying. So what's decaying? Because I was talking to a brother, and of course, we from here. He didn't know what the word decaying meant. Decaying means rotting or decomposing through the action of bacteria or fungi. So let me see, decaying wood, because the houses were built of wood and stuff like that. Let me see, decaying wood houses. Let me see, wood houses. It doesn't look that good. But they said that this was happening, which it wasn't. But they said that not according to the my status. And all type of things over there. Right. Not according to their how you call that thing again? Not status, but according to their calculations or something like that. Basically, their standards. Not according to their standards, right? Let's say it needed to be a 10 out of 10 or even a 9 out of 10. And then if it was a 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10, then their standard would climb to 12. And then it would say like, well, it needs to be an 11 out of 12. And but you just said it was a 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10. And that's what it is. Well, we got new rules, nigger. Just fucking roll with it, nigger. But basically, that's what they're doing. So, they said it was decaying. And they broke it down.
Obviously, this is a violation
They seized all the property, by the way. They didn't just break it down. They seized stuff. They took it.
of property rights and the Constitution, but back then it wasn't seen that way. So they went to various neighborhoods across the country and
They went to various neighborhoods across the country, not just Africa Town. Now you heard about the story, Black Wall Street. Well, now you know that Black Wall Street is not the only one. They was busy doing these things because they saw the potential. Like, we don't want these goddamn fucking niggers owning anything in our stolen country. We own everything around here. We stole it fair and square from the Native Americans. Yep.
pretty much bulldozed them to the ground.
They bulldozed various places in that country. Not just Africa Town, not just Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma, not just Tulsa, Oklahoma. But why is that so fresh in people's, not fresh in people's memory? Because a lot of people still don't know it. But why do a lot of people know about that one and not about the Africa Town? Well, and the other places in America. That's because in Africa, sorry. That's because in sorry. That's because they bombed it. That's why it was so famous. Like people gonna talk about it. People gonna hear stories about it. Like, wow, they bombed it. Wow, they bombed it. Yeah, they bombed it. That's why that story is so famous, you could say. Tulsa, Oklahoma, bombing of Black Wall Street. All because a cave bitch said that, oh, one of them raped me. Then they murdered the whole place. Everybody that was caught there was dead. They burned it down here. And then they took pretty pictures too. They took pretty pictures after they bombed the shit out of us. Dreamland. The burning of Black Wall Street. We had our own things. We had our own stuff. Our own community. Where we had our own things going for ourselves. Everything here was owned by us, by our people. And they didn't like it. Remembering the history of Black Wall Street racism, Al Jazeera. Tulsa, Oklahoma, USA, 1921. Right, they did that. And the reason why Al Jazeera, all the way, there's some kind of Arabian thing. Al Jazeera looked like sounds like a Arabian word. All the way over there, they heard about this story. But I'm not sure if they heard about this one. But anyway, let's go on. These other ones, not just this one. So let me play it again.
Various neighborhoods across the country, and back then it wasn't seen that way. So they went to various neighborhoods across the country and pretty much bulldozed them to the ground. Whether it was the Fillmore in San Francisco, the 7th Ward in New Orleans, or Mobile, Alabama, they pretty much went to a bunch of neighborhoods and destroyed the 7th Ward and bulldozed them to the ground. Whether it was the Fillmore in San Francisco.
Fillmore. Remember Fillmore? In San Francisco?
The 7th Ward in New Orleans.
The 7th Ward in New Orleans.
Or Mobile,
Alabama.
They pretty much went to a bunch of neighborhoods and destroyed them. And by the end of the 1950s, over 75% of Africa Town was completely demolished. The community sadly had to watch everything they built be torn to the ground.
Didn't I just read that in the scriptures that we would just look at them taking our stuff? We would plant stuff and they would take it. We would build stuff and they would take it and live in it. Funny. The White House was built by slaves, among Many other places, not just in Africa Town, by the way. Going on.
The deep history and cornerstones of the community were now replaced by endless public housing.
They were now replaced by endless public housing. Endless public housing. So what is the difference? You went from owning land and owning housing to public housing, meaning if you die, somebody else can come and live in that house. Because if you have ownership of that house and that land, nobody can come in that land or in that house after you die. Only the ones that you allow, like your family members, which is most likely gonna happen. But yeah, they put public housing, meaning they rented the house to you, and then they put their streets, and then they make you pay road taxes because now you're using their streets.
And on top of this, they even changed the neighborhood's name from Africa Town to the Happy Hills.
They fucking with you. This fucking with you. That's what they do. This is Edomite. You have to understand that.
Like, damn, we can't even keep the name? Well, to me, urban renewal is one of the biggest stains in America.
This actually looks like the Netherlands where I used to live. I'm not kidding you. I'm not making this up. I used to live here. This is where I used to. I'm not fucking kidding you. I'm not trying to be no gangster ass niggas or some dumb shit like that because that's just stupid. But I did live here. I literally lived here. I'm not kidding you. Here's where I lived. But they broke this down, by the way. It doesn't exist anymore. And these are the remnants of the, how you call that thing? Garages. Because here, garages is gone here. These pictures got taken, and then guess what? They put a fucking mosque over there too, by the way. Nowadays, the mosque is there, and this is just gone. It's gone. It's been gone for decades now. Not decades. I mean, like a few years. Like maybe I don't know, 20 years. But then they built these type of houses there right now. Yeah, it's the same place. New Campering. See, New Campering. This is how it looks like now. You might think it's cuter, but the houses are smaller. Because when we used to live here, the houses were very, very big, like 6 bedrooms, 5 bedrooms, and then the living room would be then there for 6. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We had 6 rooms in here, and I had such a big room, man. It's bigger than my living room right now. The extra room that I have for my Nintendo. And of course the bike was there because it was some kind of shed. But then we had a shed down here also. So we had a shed in the house that I transformed into my Nintendo room. Because back in those days it was what, Nintendo? And yeah, the house was very, very big. You know, but this was actually built for Jews because Belmer, it was actually a Jewish neighborhood in the 16th century. Why? Because it says, wait, look, let me translate it for you. And that's how I know that we are Israelites. Not just one reason, but well, in America, what does the word ghetto mean? This is what ghetto means. Here, the Jewish quartery in a city. That's what ghetto means. And who lives there? The Israelites. Because did you know that Brooklyn used to be called Kings? Brooklyn, but now it's called a Dutch word, Brooklyn. Brooklyn. But they don't want you living in Kings. So it says here, Kings County in southeastern New York, U.S., occupying the southwestern tip of Long Island. It is coexistive. what? Coexistentive? Okay. With the New York City borough of Brooklyn. It was formed in 1683 and was named to honor King Charles II of England. But the funny thing is that yeah, it's called the Dutch thing now, but it used to be called Kings. So you had kings and queens, but they didn't want it to be called here. Brooklyn was originally only one town in Kings County, but it was called Kings. Brooklyn was called Kings, but yeah, so it was the kings that was living there. The slave descendants are the kings of the planet Earth. And if you think I'm lying, it says here, in the book of Ecclesiastes 7 verse. Let me see, where was it again? I think it was 11, verse 8. No, then it was 8:11. And if that's not it, then Princess. Oh, 10:7, sorry. Ecclesiastes 10:7. I have seen servants upon horses, which are Edomites, and princes walking as servants upon the earth. So we're the princes. But the word ghetto means a place where Jews dwelt. That's where they put us. And Balmer is originally an old lake which has remained reclaimed twice by Amsterdam merchants and flooded again in between. The first reclamation was in the 17th century and lasted a short time because there was a war, and to stop the enemy the dikes were breached. But wait, no, that's not what I'm looking for. It was called the Jewish Quarter, actually, Amsterdam, Belmer, where I still live in the Belmer, but I don't live in that specific area anymore because they broke it down. That's why. And then we had to move. No, I'm sorry. Let me say it good. We moved there first before they broke it down, and but eventually they was gonna break it down anyway. So yeah, but we moved like 20 minutes further. Yeah, 20 minutes further. So. With the public transportation. So if you take a bike, it's going to be like in 30 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that. But the bus goes on a route, but the bike you can just go there through. But the bus goes like this, and then here we are, and then here is the place where we came from. So if you just take a bike and you go here, it's going to be faster. But yeah, so basically it's kind of Jewish quarter. And the word ghetto also goes into the word Jew quarter. You see? That's funny, isn't it? So we live here. A lot of Jacob descendants live here. If you come to the Belma, you'd be like, "It's a lot of niggers here." It's funny. Nah, that's not what I'm looking for. See, check this out. Is the Belmer a ghetto? This Amsterdam borough used to be synonymous with crime, drugs, unemployment, and illegal immigrants. Many Dutch agree that the Belmer was the first and only Dutch ghetto, the worst reputation a neighborhood can earn in Holland. But that's the beautiful part, because these fucking cave monkeys always wanted to come here. Man, I seen documentaries of these rich devils that be living in like places like this. Fucking devils. They be living in places like this. Now I'm saying they would fucking come around here, man. They would come around here, man. Fuck these devils, man. Talking about, oh man, why you here then? Why you here? And if you see it now, man, they're trying to renovate the shit out of it, man. They're trying to make it more touristly like, man. Why? Because that's how the devil does, man. That's what the devil does. You know, that's what they do. They've been doing that. You need to know your enemy, man. That's where these monkeys live. These fucking devils. With their fancy rich houses and stuff like that. You know? It's basically the golden koi, the golden cage. Yeah, that's what it is. Like a house of koi. That's where they live. Golden cage. If you translate that in the English. House of koi. House of koi, whatever. House of koi, house of something like that. You can kind of say it's like a golden cage. It's just loosely translated. These are the places where they you know what I'm saying? Anyway. It's just a small spot. But anyway, going on. So yeah. And before that, it was actually built for Edomites in the time of war. Then they would be together because these houses are actually, you know, were actually made in order to house Amalek people. In the time of war, when the men were at war, then the females would be here in the houses, and then they could take care of each other and watch each other, and they would be close to each other so that people couldn't rob them and stuff like that. That's how this place was started up in the beginning. Of course, if you let criminals come on the spots and stuff like that, then hey, you know, messed up things might happen, and it will. But it was very beautiful in the summertime, a lot of trees and stuff like that. But yeah, they broke this down. So it's the same thing as here. So are we connected to the spirit? Of course we are. The brothers in America and the brothers over here in the Netherlands and stuff like that. And all over the place. Germany, you got brothers in England, you know what I'm saying? We the same people, man. They put us in the same type of living situations, you know? But nowadays, them houses look like this, so-called futuristic and stuff like that. And of course, you have these, the taller ones, the bigger ones. Then you have the smaller ones, you know? They're trying to make it all straight. It just looks different. It just sometimes it looks weird even, you know. But it's all good, man. Y'all right? The Most High is gonna cause us to do the same to them. So it's gonna be beautiful because that's what I just read in the book of Jeremiah 25.
American history as it destroyed so many communities. It essentially turned homeowners and business owners to welfare recipients overnight, and as you would expect, the government did not take care of what they replaced it with. The residents were exposed to broken ceilings, mold, and rodent-infested apartments, and on top of this, there were no local businesses left in the area. So as you would expect, this led to some bad consequences, and Happy Hills became...
That's the same thing with us, because there was no... They said, like, we're full of crime and stuff like that, but you took everything. So how we gonna get, like, money in the system, in our so-called communities that you devils put us in, by the way? How? Sell some shit. But it's all good, man. You're gonna pay for everything that you did, because everything is a rolling ball. You started everything, man. You devils did that.
Became an extremely...
Because I remember my uncle, he had businesses, man. But I do remember that they came in, they swooped in, and then they bought all the businesses. You know how Jake is, stupid. He'd be offered like $100,000, and he would just sell his company and go ball off the money. And when he broke, he come right back there trying to work. He'd be like, "No, nigger, we don't take niggers around here." Huh? This used to be my stuff. Fuck out of here before I hurt you, boy. Now you got to go somewhere else and keep on renting instead of owning. But they were suckers. They were suckered out of it. Because they flashing them big time money. These devils got money right then and there. You had to work like maybe a year for you to get that 100,000. You know? He just give you in one day. A lot of people would just take that because they're stupid. They don't think. That's exactly the same thing that they did to us here. And they're doing it there.
Rough and dangerous area. Unlike LA, where the hoods have 2-story homes, manicured lawns, and palm trees, this right here is the real trenches. And in this environment, there's no squabbling enemies or catching DPs.
But anyway, you can watch the rest of the documentary for yourself if you want to. I'll leave the link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. But our people do not consider. They don't think about the things that are going down. So Judges chapter 3 verse 2. Only that the generation of the children of Israel might know to teach them war. So why is the Lord allowing this? He wants you to know that you are at war. You are at war. You're at war, man. You're at war. They are at war. Let's say that. Because the Jakes aren't at war. They're trying to get a record deal. You know, they're trying to look pretty, straighten their hair in the mirror. You know, they're trying to get some money. They're trying to make porn and stuff like that. Look at this fucking shit right here. They're trying to do stuff like that. They're trying to party. They're trying to make content. They're trying to be the new DJ Academics. You know, they're having stupid things like this. This is exactly what's wrong with black culture. You don't know what you're talking about, man. You don't know what you're talking. It used to be like this before, yes. And then it turned into this. Why? Because you bitches, you kicked the man out the house. So now they don't have a father figure. Now they got dudes on the street that are how they want to be like. Which is their role models. Because they also didn't have role models. And then the ones before them, they had the mobs. But the mobs, they was being controlled by Amalek. Jewish mafia ran the Italian mafia. They supplied them with stuff. They was their suppliers. So you don't know what the hell you're talking about, female. You know? You don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, let me get back into the scriptures because I'm wandering again. So going back to the book of Judges. At the least such as before knew nothing thereof. You don't know anything about war. You don't know that they hate you. You don't know the lynching. You don't know anything. Your parents didn't teach you. They didn't teach you who your enemy is. And that you should not want to look like them nor love them. Because they're dangerous. But we're going to be more dangerous than that. But that's the story. But yeah, the Lord is the one that is doing that. To teach you war. So that you know that you are at war. With your enemies. The people that enslaved us, sold us into slavery. They might say stuff like this, yeah, but it was Africans selling Africans. It wasn't Africans selling Africans. It was Hamites selling Israelites. But the Hamites, they had house Negroes, house Israelites helping them. Look at the book of Judah chapter 5. You will see. There were people that knew about our laws and stuff like that and how to fight against us. Judah chapter 5. Read that if you have the time. So, yeah. And by the way, oh yeah. So they might say like Africans sold Africans. Okay, cool. Let's say Africans sold African, which is not. But anyway, let's say that. Shouldn't then you therefore be the good guy and buy us and set us free in your land? No, but you didn't. You kept on torturing us for 400 years more. You should be exterminated for that shit. And you will. So, how about that? Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 8. Take heed in the plague of leprosy. Let me see. Right, if you steal one of us, then you need to be put to death. Yeah, I read that. Deuteronomy. Sorry, let me see. Where did I put it? Here. Right, if you steal a man, an Israelite man, then you need to be put to death. Esau has not been put to death for the stealing that he did. So that's a future promise for him. The Lord said so. Deuteronomy 24 and 8. Take heed in the plague of leprosy. So this is one of the other miscellaneous or various laws, sundry laws, that thou observe diligently. And what is leprosy? Leprosy is when this is leprosy. Leprosy is a skin disease. Exodus chapter 4, verse 6. And Yahweh said furthermore unto him, unto Moses, Put now thine hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom. And he took it out, and behold, his hand was leprous as snow. What color is snow? White. It was leprous as snow, so it was white. And he said, Put thine hand into thy bosom again. And he put his hand into his bosom again, and plucked it out of his bosom, and behold, it was turned again as his other flesh, which is dark brown. So, okay, so we know that leprous is snow, as snow. You might say, like, well, that doesn't say that. Okay, cool. Numbers chapter 12, verse 9. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against them, against Aaron and Miriam. Against Aaron and Miriam. And he departed. And he left. And the cloud, the chariot, departed from off the tabernacle, where the tent was, where he called them toward. And behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous, white as snow. Yeah, she was a white woman, turned pale. And Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. So, is white skin a sin? Yes, it is. It's a sin. It's a result of a sin. It's a sin. It's a sin itself. Just like the elder Apostle Gabar said so. Well, you can read it here too for yourself, But anyway. Verse 12. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed, when he cometh out of his mother's womb. A lot of times when you have dark-skinned babies being born, their flesh is not that fully blooming yet. So it's kind of light. Then as the child grows older, gets into it, the child starts developing a darker hue, a darker skin. But he wasn't born that way, because you're half consumed when you come out your mother's womb. It's like putting your hand in water. If you're a dark-skinned person, you know what I'm talking about. Brown skin. If you put your hand in water, or if you are in the swimming pool and you stay long, all of a sudden your skin turns lighter. Yeah, it does. And then when you're out of it, and then you go take a bath, not a bath, like shower, and then you put on some lotion, then you will see your skin get dark again. Yeah, that's it. So that's how you look when you are born. A lot of our people. And so that's it. And I had another one in my head. Shit, I just lost it. I kept on talking. What was it again? Oh yeah. I got it. Leviticus chapter 13, verse 29. If a man or woman have a plague upon the head or the beard, a plague is a disease. An angel to come to kill you can also be a plague, by the way. Anyway, but in this case, it's an illness, it's a disease. Then the priest shall see the plague, and behold, if it be in sight, deeper than the skin. So if it comes out of the skin, you got Jake females that dye the ends of their hair, right? This is not inside deeper than the skin. Sometimes they do it yellow even. Yeah. If it be inside deeper than the skin, it doesn't need to be bleach blonde. It just needs to be blonde. This is not coming from out of the hair. I think her hair is black. Or she dyed it, or she is naturally like this, but then her scalp doesn't have the yellow, but it's black and then it goes into yellow. That's not it, but this one is. This one is 100%. This one comes out the skin. I think this one too. This one is just a fucking wannabe. But anyway, so going on. Now it says here, if it be in sight, so if you can see it, deeper than the skin, and there be in it a yellow thin hair, because the word blonde is a German word. What does it mean? Gold is yellow. Like chestnut, is that what blonde definition? It's pale yellow. So-called fair yellow, but pale yellow. It's just yellow. That's what it is. The point is, it's a German word. It's yellow. Because it shows you right here. Blonde. Here, blonde. Yellow from the Germanic word, yeah. So, yeah, French, blonde, blonde. Blonde, yellow here. Her hair was yellow. Not any shade of blonde, but yellow. It's just yellow. This sentence doesn't make any sense. Yeah, you have different shades of yellow, so yeah, I'll say that. But anyway, so going back over here, and there be in it a yellow thin hair, that's blonde. Then the priest shall pronounce him unclean, or her. It is a dry scale, even a leprosy upon the head or beard. So we showed you that white skin is leprosy, and also yellow hair is leprosy of the scalp, dry scalp. What is that? Here, Leviticus 13 and 30, scale. Here, Hebrew 5:4-4. Scab, skin eruption, scale of leprosy. So it's like, but on your head. Here, pluck out the hairs of your head. Or your beard, by the way. A scab. In the head or beard, which men have beard and women have, head hair. Right, men have head hair also, but yeah. So it's for man and woman. So it's on your scalp, but yeah, this is a scab, but you don't see a scab here, of course, but it's there. You just don't see it. This wants it, but anyway, going on. Okay, I can't. I don't feel like it today. I'm already not that friendly today. I'm not grumpy or something like that. What was I saying? Sorry. Yeah. So Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 8. Take heed in the plague of leprosy, which is the skin, whitening of the skin. That's it. You have it here, and that says yellowing of the hair, whitening of the hair. That's why you have albinos. No. I was talking about no. Here. It's kind of whitening, yellowish. Yeah, this one, and these are different shades of yellow. This is a little bit darker yellow. This is more light yellow. Oh shit, you a double leopard. You a double leper. Funny. Yeah. A double leprosy. Funny as hell. Right, but no, I'm not looking for that. They call it Vigilito or something like that. Vigilito. Model. I can never spell this word good, bro. I'm telling you. Vitiligo. Okay. I always mess it up. Right. This female probably was talking shit. But anyway. You have... No, I don't want this thing. This thing looks fucking horrible. Horrible. I saw one with yellow hair. Isn't it this idiot again? Where the patches are. So. That the person has yellow hair where the patches are. Oh yeah, Vigilito twins. Here, these are from Brazil. If I can find them. These are East Indian. This is an East Indian. they also get that too. But wow, I can't. This one turned into a clean leper. This is a clean leper. This is a filthy leper. This is a clean leper. And Esau got treatments for that right now. New treatment for vitiligo, offer new hope. Esau got treatments for that thing. There's no secret that they can hide from thee. They figure it out. These Edomites figure stuff out, bro. That's why they sell your melanin. This is what I'm looking for. Right. So this girl, this is actually not the specific girl that I want, but you have multiple ones of these that, especially where the leprosy is, the hair is yellow. I want to have more examples because, damn, I don't want you to think that is a. Look, this one here too. The hair turns white. She has leprosy on the head. And leprosy, vigilito. Head. Let me see. Yeah, here. See? It turns yellowish, white, yellowish, white type, yellowish. You know, it turns that here. I've seen that often, so that's why I know. I just don't know how to word it. I'll always forget that word anyway. I can't remember it how to spell it. So yeah. Here you have a Arab looking type of female, and then she has a leprosy patch over there, and it turns yellowish white, yellowish, different shades of white, different shades of yellow. So yeah, here the hair also turns yellowish. If you have the leprosy here, as you can see here, this flesh is kind of raw, like raw flesh. Here you can see it, and it's also raw flesh. It's like, you know, something is not cooked right. That girl that I just saw, shit, where's that little girl? Basically, look, it looks like raw flesh, like it's undone, like it's not cooked, just like how it's said in the book of Numbers. Numbers 12, yeah. Kind of also like this. Your flesh is not really, it didn't settle good. Where is it? Yeah. Numbers 12 and 12. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed when he cometh out of his mother's womb. Because you're not done. You're not done yet. You know? You're too, it's not done. It don't look done. Right. So yeah, I should have saved that picture. That little girl, but this is good too, man.